Bill Joklik's trailblazing studies on how viruses replicate and infect cells has cemented his standing as one of the most important molecular virologists to emerge in the second half of the 20th century. His seminal work significantly advanced the study of infectious diseases and the production of many antiviral drugs and vaccines that are in use today.
I've enjoyed the actual doing of experiments, and then I've enjoyed talking about the experiments with others who are along the same lines and so on.
For most of his career, the viruses that Dr. Joklik focused on were smallpox and reovirus. In the 1990s, when the World Health Organization first proposed the eradication of the few remaining smallpox isolates that existed in the world, Dr. Joklik campaigned against it because he felt that much can still be learned from it to combat other viruses that emerge.
It is a virus with a large DNA genome, and a lot of work remains to be done with it.
During his 4 decades at Duke, he grew the Department of Microbiology and Immunology into one of the most successful and respected in the country, and earned an international reputation as a transformative scientist and mentor.
And the visitors that would come through. He would have every Nobel Prize winner, everybody came to see him.
He's very organized, and he has what I would call a wonderful end game, and that if you give something to Dr. Joklik to do, it will get done, and it will get done in an excellent manner.
Dr. Joklik was elected to the National Academy of Sciences and the Institute of Medicine. He served on nearly 30 national and international review and administrative committees. He lectured in dozens of countries, sharing his work on every continent.
So the environment he created here went out and enabled a lot of discovery. He was, in a sense, the Pope of virology.
Dr. Joklik earned an undergraduate degree at the University of Sydney in Australia after his family emigrated from Austria when he was 13. He earned a doctorate degree at Oxford at the Sir William Dunn School of Pathology and performed postdoctoral training at the University of Copenhagen, the Australian National University, and the National Institutes of Health in the US. He says he knew early on that he wanted to study microbes because of the opportunity to focus on one specific entity at a time.
With humans, and one's got to deal with the whole human person, whereas with microbe, bacterium, you've got much less trouble, so you can do there with that whatever one wants to. Mm-hmm.
While in Copenhagen in the early 1950s, when DNA sequencing was in its infancy, Dr. Joklik worked with Nobel laureate Paul Berg to discover terminal transferase, a DNA enzyme found to be important for DNA replication and for many metabolic reactions.
We're still friends, see each other once every few years because we're both members of the National Academy of Sciences.
And as the idea of DNA cloning began to emerge as a highly controversial issue, Dr. Joklik was a voice of reason as the U.S. Congress considered making the process illegal.
And it was an embroiled period. He was a big part of bringing some sense to the table, which eventually was, we still got to do this. And guess what? Nature has done more experiments in rearranging these genes than we'll ever be able to do as human beings.
His first faculty appointment was in 1962 at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine in the Bronx, where he rose to be the Siegfried Ullmann Professor of Cell Biology. 6 years later, he came to Duke as chair of the Department of Microbiology and Immunology, and his impact was immediate.
What he did in that department that was so marvelous was he recruited experts in technologies that he could apply, and all of them could apply, to each other's virus systems. That's what made this an incredibly great department.
He built a department of excellence, and that has stood Duke in good stead and established a tradition that lives today.
Some very nice work had already been done. So research had already been done at Duke, so it was clearly a university that valued not only education but also research, and that's what attracted me.
Another of Dr. Joklik's Duke legacies is his work with surgeon William Shingleton to establish the Duke Comprehensive Cancer Center in the 1970s.
That is one of the major things afflicting humankind. And really that is still something that humankind has to work out, how to really arrest cancer in various parts of the body.
What Bill Joklik has done is taken what he started at the Cancer Center to this day, because he's still on the board of overseers. He and his wife are very involved in the Cancer Center. He helped start the Caring House. He still participates in the Caring House. He raised a lot of money for the Caring House.
Dr. Joklik founded the American Society for Virology, and among his many awards are the prestigious ICN International Prize in Virology and the International Humboldt Research Award from the Alexander von Humboldt Foundation in Bonn, Germany. He said he is especially proud to receive the William G. Anlyan MD Lifetime Achievement Award because he has such great respect for its namesake, whom he counts as a wonderful friend.
He was an absolutely outstanding head of the medical school. What Duke Medical School is today was his work.
Dr. Joklik and his second wife, Patricia, have been married for nearly 30 years. His first wife, with whom he has a son and a daughter, died of breast cancer. His current blended family includes several stepchildren and many grandchildren. The couple enjoys travel, and Dr. Joklik has a particular dream trip he'd like to take if he can ever convince his wife.
I'd like to do the Trans-Siberian Railway. I'd like to start off in the east and go right all across Siberia, because there is a very undeveloped part of the world.
Трепещешь на другом краю земли, на другом краю земли.